Did you guys catch in the reading where Jesus changed Peter's name? Who does that? Where has that ever happened before? Abraham, yeah, Sarai, Judah, Israel, Saul. Yeah, who changed the names for these people? God. So what does it say about Jesus? Kind of indirectly, right? Only God can change names, so that kind of gives a little credence to who Jesus is. Only God can change names. Here Jesus is changing Peter's name. It's just an aside. What are we looking for? Come and see. We have a 12-year-old. Really? Yeah, I know it's to surprise everybody. But we're doing something else in the house, and come on, you got to see this. Describe it to us. We're busy. No, you got to see this. So then, after about 4 or 5 times of that, and then you go see what's going on. It's like, oh, okay. But it's important for us to see it, not just to hear about it. We have to see too. It's nothing we haven't seen before, but it's at that moment it was really cool to her. So okay, we'll see it. Come and see. What are you looking for? And when you come and see, what are you looking for? What are these people looking for? Are they looking for the Messiah? Well, they had heard about the Messiah. And John the Baptist is talking about the Messiah. And he keeps repeating, there's the Lamb of God walking down the road. And his disciples go and check it out. They want to see what's going on. So they follow him. What is their first question? Because Jesus says, what are you looking for? And not an immediate answer. They answer a question with a question. Where are you staying? And I don't know if that's because of hospitality reasons, because they wanted to put him up in case he had nowhere to stay, or was it because they just wanted to follow him and be wherever he was and hang out with him for a while? What are you looking for? And where are you staying? There's something special about seeing, too, isn't there? And oftentimes you think of physical, visual seeing, but sometimes there's seeing with your heart, too. Seeing with the innermost being, you can see figuratively what's going on with someone or something or what have you. But just to be present, to go and see. I wonder if we went and saw these places where we give our endowment monies, if we actually went there, if possible, some maybe, across the country somewhere, but somewhere close, what would that do for us? More than likely enrich our relationship because it adds a deeper dimension to that relationship. If we actually went and saw, if we actually went to other places, it's easy to give money, and sometimes that's all we can do. Other times, if we can go actually and see and be in relationship with those whom we give money to, that's even better, to go and see and be with and experience. What are we looking for? That's a deep question, too. What are we looking for? I mean, on a daily basis, we may be I'm looking for a new car. Okay, that's one thing, but it's not the deepest question I have in my life. It's one of the questions. Jesus is getting to the heart of the matter. What are you looking for? It makes them think, and we see there's no answer. And oftentimes we don't have an answer because sometimes we don't even know what we need or what we're looking for. Sometimes we drift along in life and we just kind of go with the flow, and that's okay too. The one soldier who was keeping this town, this community hostage, not the one soldier, but it was what am I trying to say, Diane? I can't. It's like a takeover. It's when you take over a country, you take over a town, and you're keeping everybody in submission, and there's a guard posted so you can't. And he asks this one priest every day, hey, who are you and what are you doing? And the priest says, how much you get paid? Well, I get 20 shillings or rubles or whatever have you. And the priest says, I'll give you 40. If I come every day and you ask me those same questions every day, who are you and what are you doing or what are you looking for? Deep questions. Who are you? And what are you doing and who are you looking for? What are you looking for? Are we looking for a home? That's a broad definition too. We're looking for a family? That's even a broader generalization. I was confronted with someone who asked me, what's your view on family? What does that mean to you? And growing up in Chatfield with just the four of us, we didn't have a lot of friends. Our extended family was an hour and a half from Minneapolis. We were in the middle of nowhere, small town. Who is our family? Well, the four of us. When I became a youth director in Chicago, when I was 23 years old, I was alone, and there was a family there that took me in as part of their family. I thought, wow, I'm kind of adopted in. My sense of family has increased. Where is my home? Well, it's changed over the years. Physical locations in my heart, where is home? And who is invited in my home? We ask the question of ourselves, where is Jesus? Where is God? Have we invited God? We know that God, the Spirit is given to us. Jesus said to his disciples, I'm going to give you an advocate who'll be with you all the time as a counselor, advice giver, comforter. Do we ask the question, Jesus, where are you staying? Are you out there somewhere? Do we invite you into our hearts? What does that mean? Do we seek God's will, which is a good thing in our lives? What is God wanting us to do? How do we figure that out? The eternal question, how do we figure that out? Or do we ask God to be present in our lives? We ask about God's will, or do we ask for God to be actually in us and be part of us? Where are you staying? Let's see. Now, how much do we invest in that? In where God is, in who our family is, and where our home is, and who we invite into our lives, and what are we looking for? We keep asking ourselves that question, and it changes as we get older. It made me one thing as I'm 20, it made me something different when I'm 54, or whatever. When I visit people in their homes, oftentimes it's not about careers and things like that they talk about, it's family and connections. I was visiting my aunt and uncle in Minneapolis this last fall, and my uncle Del is amazing. He's always been very active. He's a hunter, he's a fisherman, he does a lot of things. And he has a cabin up north in northern Minnesota, and he said I was going to go up there and take out the pier. And I got up there, and my neighbor had taken it out already. I couldn't believe it. That was nice of him. And I said, Del, you've probably done it 50 times for everybody else. And now you experience what it's like to have people do something for you, too. What you're looking for is different than when you started. What you're looking for is that connection and knowing that it's there for you, that people care and they will do for you. They say, Dale, you sit there, we're going to take care of this. Okay. It's hard for him to sit there, but he does the best he can. What is he looking for? Different. What are we looking for? That's a question we keep asking ourselves. Jesus in this gospel, God in this gospel, comes down to us, the dove, the person of Jesus. And then Jesus, God, goes out looking for disciples. So we have this dynamic of God coming down to us and looking and searching and finding. And then we have the disciples who are looking and searching and finding, and they connect. And they keep making connections. Jesus says, follow me, and they do. In that time, it was literally, they just walked along next to him. And after he died, figuratively, they followed who he was and what he did and his message. Helping the oppressed, the widow, the children, the orphans, the sick, the lame, those who are dispossessed, those who are outcasts. They followed in a different way, and we do as well. That's our calling. What are we looking for? Perhaps a sense of God's presence in our own lives, so that we can go out and seek and find God in the lives of others, or in this world, or to bring the presence of God to people who are hurting and in need, to the Kristen Ziegelbauers and the family down there, and to others who are in our prayers. Bring a sense of peace and gospel and God to them What are we looking for? Amen.